Hello, 5th graders. This is our PA-3, our PA final lesson in our little companion text. So you're self-facing through today to learn about how to display and interpret data on line graphs. So they do a lot of displaying for us, they do a lot of, displaying for us, and then we just have to interpret. So a lot of it is just interpreting, but there is one here that you have to draw yourself. So you'll need a piece of graph paper for that. And then there's one on the back that you have to graph, and I think I'm gonna help you figure out your X and Y axis on this video, because that is definitely the trickiest part, is to figure out what you should count by, what your intervals and scale should be. So, all right, enough of me just chit-chatting in the beginning. Let's get started. So we have Tammy in this solvent chair. Turn my video off for now. Tammy says the graph below shows that the number of miles from finish increased as the number of minutes increased. Do you agree with Tammy? So I see from 0 on to the x-axis, it goes over by 5s. And as I move across the graph, my time has increased. Okay, so number of minutes increased, yes. But as I move over, my miles from the finish goes down. So I went from 4 at 0 miles, there was 4 miles to finish, 3 miles to finish, 2 miles to finish. So did my miles from the finish increase? No, I disagree. So part of this is being able to critique the reasoning of others and not, you don't have to agree with everyone in math. You know, it's fun to have math arguments, but you have to explain why. You can't just say, nope, don't agree, nope, you're wrong. You have to explain why. So I might say, Tammy, or I'm going to put, I disagree. I was going to say Tammy is wrong, but that sounded aggressive. So I disagree with Tammy because as the time increases, the miles decrease. For example, so to prove yourself, at 5 minutes, my miles from finish is 3. But at 20 minutes, my miles to finish is 0. So this is increasing, but my miles is decreasing as I go through. Okay, so it says, how many minutes does it take a person in the race to get from the start to 1 mile before the finish line? Explain how you can tell. So if I'm 1 mile from the finish line, here I'm 4 miles, 3 miles from the finish line, 2 miles from the finish line, 1 mile from the finish line. So how long does it take that person? It takes them 15 minutes. So how could I tell? The ordered pair. So the ordered pair, sorry, I forgot an E there. Pair, 15, 1 shows it takes 15 minutes to get 1 mile from the finish. Because look, here's my x-axis, minutes, so 15. And then here's my y-axis, miles from finish, and that was 15, 1. All right, ta-da! That wasn't bad. A lot better than lesson PA-3.